There is a time to speak, and there is a time to remain silent. In the face of betrayal, injustice, and provocation, our instincts scream for retaliation. But what if silence was the ultimate response? What if the greatest power lay in letting karma do the work for us? The Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, knew that silence is not weakness, it is restraint, wisdom, and control. They understood that true power lies in our ability to detach from destructive emotions, to stand unshaken in the storm, and to let the universe balance itself. We do not need to scream to be heard. We do not need to retaliate to win. Sometimes, the most profound statement we can make is to say nothing at all. Today, we explore 7 moments when silence is not only the right response, but the most powerful weapon in the arsenal of the wise. 7 times when we must let karma unfold, rather than waste our energy in futile battles. If you seek self-mastery, if you want to harness the true strength of a Stoic mind, stay with us, because this lesson might just change the way you face adversity forever. 1. When provoked by a fool. Seneca warned us, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. When we are insulted, mocked, or goaded into an argument, the instinct is to lash out. But what does that accomplish? Do we prove our strength, or do we merely show that others have the power to control us? A true Stoic does not engage in fruitless disputes. We do not throw fuel onto the fire of someone else's rage. Instead, we remain composed, knowing that silence is the ultimate insult to those who seek to disturb our peace. The best revenge, to not let them affect you at all. Let karma deal with those who thrive on conflict. Their own anger will consume them long before we ever need to lift a finger. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Walk away, maintain your dignity. The universe has its way of dealing with arrogance and ignorance. Let it do its work. 2. When betrayed. Betrayal is a bitter wound. The knife that cuts deepest is the one wielded by those we once trusted. And yet, what purpose does vengeance serve? Seneca reminds us, he who spares the guilty threatens the innocent. But this does not mean we must become the executioners of justice. It means we must step back and allow the universe to work in its own way. We do not need to expose the traitor or exact revenge. Their own actions will return to them in time. Karma is not ours to command, but it is always at work. Those who betray trust will find themselves alone when they need someone most. Our silence, our absence, is their punishment. And in time, they will understand the weight of their own choices. It is proof that you refuse to be controlled by the treachery of others. A life well lived is the best response. Let time, let fate, let karma deal with them. 3. When falsely accused. The natural impulse when falsely accused is to protest, to argue, to defend ourselves at all costs. But Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, knew better. If anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never harmed anyone. We know who we are. We do not need to shout our innocence to the world. The truth has a way of surfacing on its own. Those who spread lies will eventually be trapped by their own deceit. Let them speak. Let them dig their own graves. Our silence, our refusal to engage in petty conflicts, is the loudest testament to our integrity, because the truth always rises. Those who spread lies will be exposed by time, while those who stand firm in their integrity will remain unshaken. Silence in this case is not resignation, it is confidence. It is the assurance that falsehoods crumble under the weight of reality. Let the truth be your shield, and let karma do the rest. 4. When dealing with angry people. Anger is a fleeting madness. In the heat of the moment, words spill like wildfire, leaving destruction in their wake. But a Stoic is not a slave to emotion. We pause, we breathe. We remember Epictetus's words, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. To react in rage is to relinquish control, but to hold our silence is to reclaim our power. When the storm passes, when clarity returns, we will see the situation for what it truly is, and in that moment, we will be grateful for the words we never said. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A battle against an angry person is unwinnable because their enemy is not you, it is themselves. So be still, be calm, let them rage, let their own fire consume them, and watch as silence becomes your greatest weapon. 5. When someone understands only chaos. There are those who thrive on conflict. Their world is built on chaos, fueled by drama and sustained by constant strife. To argue with them is to step into their domain, to play by their rules, but we do not need to play. Instead, we choose silence. We refuse to engage. We let them wage war against themselves while we stand unmoved. As Lao Tzu wisely stated, silence is a source of great strength. By denying them the response they crave, we deny them power. In time, their chaos will consume them, but we will remain untouched. 6. When you know your worth. There is no need to boast, to seek validation, to prove our worth to those who refuse to see it. A lion does not need to tell the jungle it is a lion. It simply is. A Stoic walks in quiet confidence. We do not beg for recognition or demand acknowledgement. We know that our actions speak louder than words, and that time will reveal all truths. Those who fail to see our value will one day wish they had, but by then, we will have already moved forward without them. 7. When vengeance tempts you. Perhaps the most difficult silence of all is the one that resists the pull of vengeance. The desire to strike back, to make them feel the pain they inflicted on us, is strong. But is it wise? Marcus Aurelius advised, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, to let go, to move on, to understand that justice is not ours to take, it is nature's to balance." We do not waste our energy plotting against those who wronged us. We rise, we improve, we leave them behind, and in the end, the most painful lesson for them will be realizing that we never needed to retaliate, because life already did it for us. In a world that thrives on noise, silence is a rare and formidable power. To master it is to master oneself. To wield it is to command respect, wisdom, and strength beyond words. The Stoics knew that true power lies not in how loudly we respond, but in how deeply we understand. When we choose silence, we choose control. When we choose silence, we choose peace. And when we choose silence, we let karma work as it always does, without our interference. So the next time you find yourself in one of these 7 situations, remember, the wise do not chase justice, they embody it. The strong do not seek revenge, they outgrow it. And the truly powerful do not need to speak. They simply watch and wait, because karma never forgets.